Moving forward, my next question would be the corona has exposed a huge number of migrant workers working for the unorganized sectors in India. We also witnessed their struggle during the corona lockdown. Do you feel that this crisis situation could have been handled more appropriately both by the state and the central government? Why the law is not strong enough to safeguard the interest of the working section for the unorganized sectors in India?
Today, lot of webinars are being held on this issue. Lot of articles are appearing in the newspaper, magazines, including Prime Minister. Everybody is talking about this migrant labor. As you all know that on 24th March 2020, the first lockdown was imposed on the country in view of this spread of this corona virus. The worst affected due to this lockdown visibly were the migrant labor. Suddenly, we started seeing a lot of visuals on the television in almost all the channels about the gathering of this migrant labor at the bus stands in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Bangalore, and various other places. So who are these migrant labor? These are workers belonging to informal sector who have traveled from their home state to various other states in search of a livelihood, and almost all of them, 100%, they are employed in the unorganized sector, that is the informal sector. Now suddenly, when this lockdown was imposed, all business activities came to a grinding halt, including the construction activity, where most of the migrant labor were employed. Now, when the business activity came to a standstill, the migrant labor were worst affected on account of the fact that they lost the employment, they lost the livelihood, they had no shelter, no income, no earnings to buy food, and there was a big scare of corona larging loom in front of them. So this drove them to flee from the working state to their home state, because they thought that the home is the only safe place for them. Because otherwise, what would they do here in this state where they have been working? No work is there. I am now reminded of a case which got reported in Vijay, Karnataka about a month ago, where in Kengeri town, a number of workmen from Raichur district had come to work in the construction activity of an apartment building. When this 24th March lockdown order was issued, the construction activity came to a halt in that place. They waited for a week in the fond hope of getting the wages which they had earned the previous week or the previous fortnight. But the contractor did not, pay them wages. So they all hired a tractor to proceed to their native place in Raichur. The tractor was stopped at Nelamangala by the police, and they were all deboarded. Tractor was seized by the police, and they had no alternative but to walk down the whole distance up to Raichur. The whole group of 20-25 laborers, including some women laborers, walked the whole distance up to Bellary for 3 days without water, without food. One of the worker called Lakshmi, she was afflicted by jaundice, and near Bellary she collapsed and she was admitted in Vim's hospital in Bellary, where she was declared dead. Two causes were given. That one is that she was afflicted by jaundice, and second was by dehydration and starvation. This is the plight of my laborer who moved from one district to another in one state. Now, majority of these workers have moved from their home state thousands of miles away to another state in search of livelihood. When the lockdown was imposed, they came out on the street. In such a large number, nobody had any idea about their strength, about their proportion, about their number. For the first time, when they were shown on the television, having gathered at bus stands and various other places, everybody, including the state governments and the government of India, realized, oh, this is a very large number of workforce which was hitherto invisible. Now they have become visible because of the fact that they lost employment and they want to go home. According to me, 93% of the working class belongs to this unorganized sector called informal sector, and most of them are working in another state. So this particular 93% of the working class, when they lost employment, they came on the street. For the first time, everybody had their Virat Darshan. Nobody had imagined, including the Prime Minister of this country, started talking about this Pravasi Mazdoor, interstate migrant workman. And from 24th March till 30th April, neither the state government nor the central government had any idea, had no plans to tackle this issue pertaining to the migrant labor. Sporadic help was given by NGOs, by some state governments in doling out food packets and ration kits, etc. But there was no database available pertaining to this workman. Admittedly, as stated by the Chief Minister of UP, Chief Minister of Bihar, because they wanted to reach out to these migrant laborers by doling out some financial help to their bank accounts, but no database was available. The only sector of this unorganized group, that is the construction workers, because of the fact that the state governments had established the Construction Workers Welfare Board, the database with regard to the construction workers was available. Now in Karnataka, as many as 13 lakh workers database was available, and the government of Karnataka, the Construction Workers Welfare Board of Karnataka, transferred 5,000 rupees financial help to the accounts of these 13 lakh workers. Now, why this plight of non-availability of data when such a large workforce is engaged in the informal sector? We have been reading in the newspapers in Karnataka, the builders begging the Chief Minister of the state to retain these workers, because they apprehended that if these workers go away to their native place, they may not come back in the near future, and the construction activity will suffer a huge loss, huge setback. Without these laborers, the work cannot be undertaken. Now suddenly their indispensability, their inavailability, everybody started realizing. Now, including Chief Minister, everybody starting requesting them to stay back, we'll do something for them, etc. But they were so desperate to go back. Then on the 1st of May, the railway introduced what is called a Shramik trains to transport these migrant laborers from the state where they were working to their destinations. From then onwards, the railway has been doing commendable job to transport the migrant laborers from respective states to their home states. There was a news item that in Surat alone, 20 lakh migrant laborers were working. All 20 lakh migrant laborers left Surat to go back to their native place. Now the question here is that what is this plight? No law is applicable to these migrant laborers. Why they were left in lurch? Why the database was not available? But the reality is otherwise. There are 3 major labor laws applicable to this informal sector, applicable to this unorganized sector, applicable to this interstate migrant workmen. They are the Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act 1979. The next is Building and Other Construction Workers Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act 1996. The third one is Unorganized Workers Social Security Act 2008. Now this Interstate Migrant Workmen, which was enacted way back in 1979, was enacted precisely to take care of the interstate migrant workmen. The enactment is a very exhaustive law. Lot of provisions have been made to take adequate care of this interstate migrant workmen. For example, the Act has provision relating to the payment of the displacement allowance equal to 50% of the proposed salary to the interstate migrant workman at the time of recruitment in his home state. Then the journey allowance has to be paid to him in the form of fare, either he is traveling by train or by any other mode. The fare has to be paid by the contractor to the state where he is recruited. Third is that the journey period is to be treated as working days and wages have to be paid for these working days. Then return journey also has to be, fare has to be paid. Plus at the place of recruitment, he has to be issued with a what you call a passbook containing all the details regarding his name, address and all other details. Plus the health care has to be provided free of cost, accommodation has to be given, all records are required to be maintained. But what we saw now in the month of April, no record was available, no database was available with regard to this interstate migrant workmen. That means the enactment which was enacted in the year 1979 has not been implemented at all by the state governments and by the central government. Now coming to the second enactment, that is BOCW Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act 1996 pertaining to the construction workers. This act is a fine piece of legislation providing entire rainbow of the labor protection. This act contains safety provisions, health provisions, conditions of employment provisions, then regulation of employment provisions, records, registers, working hours, accommodation, plus what is more important is the welfare provisions. Nearly 12 to 13 types of social security cash benefits are available to the construction worker. What they have to be done? They have to be registered in the board as a beneficiary and issued with an identity card. Once they are registered, these various kinds of benefits are available. In Karnataka, more than 13 lakh workers have been registered, issued with identity cards. As a result of that, 13 lakh workmen whose bank accounts were available, they were paid 5,000 rupees monetary benefit into their account. Similarly, various other state governments, wherever they have established the Construction Workers Welfare Board, the workers have been registered and they have received, I believe, the financial help. But in this sector also, 100% registration of a construction worker has not taken place. The third one is the Unorganized Worker Social Security Act. This act provides for the establishment of a Unorganized Worker Social Security Board in every state. And this act provides for the registration of the unorganized workers as beneficiary, and they are to be issued with a smart card. In Karnataka State Unorganized Worker Social Security Board has been established, and I am given to understand that nearly 65,000 workers belonging to the dhobi, darji, barbers, domestic workers, the ornament industry workers have been registered as beneficiaries and have been issued with a smart card. But this particular work has not been taken on war footing. In other states, even this has not been done. So all the three enactments which are meant to protect the rights, service conditions, regulation of employment of these unorganized workers have not been implemented, and that is the reason why database is not available, no benefits are being made available to them, etc. And now UP government and Bihar government are vying with each other in trying to help this migrant labor who have landed in their states. Now all these migrant labor are believed to be handled with kid glues by the state governments. They are trying to woo them. Now UP government has established a commission of unorganized migrant labor. The Bihar government has established a task force. They are mapping their skills. They are entering into the MOAs with the industrial establishment, requesting them to provide employment, and wherever different skill sets are available with the migrant workers, they are provided financial assistance to take up self-employment. In Bihar, the migrant labor who have come from Bombay, who were working in restaurants, have been extended financial benefits to start eateries, or the hotels are being asked to accommodate them, give them employment. So this is the plight of the migrant labor. For the first time, the government, state as well as the central, have come to know there's a large chunk of the working force working in the informal sector which absolutely is devoid of any basic labor benefits. So time has come to ameliorate their service conditions by implementing these three laws in toto. Then only it could be said that the justice has been done to this migrant labor. No fresh benefits, no fresh schemes need be introduced. The acts are self-sufficient to take care of this unorganized sector. Thank you very much.